Welcome to the Golf Fitness Bomb Squad podcast with Chris Finn, a production of P4S Golf. Welcome to the Golf Fitness Bomb Squad. My name is Chris. I am your host, and I'm excited today to talk about what we all love talking about. What are we going to add to our list for Christmas? And I think whether it's Christmas or a birthday or just any reason why you might be getting something, there's somebody else buying it for you, or you're looking to spend some money on your golf game. That would be a fun, quick hit episode just to talk about what are the things to buy that will actually help you improve from a speed standpoint, a mobility standpoint, longevity in general. There's lots of different gimmicks out there, and I basically we've tested pretty much, I don't say all of them, but a lot of them, or the majority. And I want to share with you kind of our findings in terms of if you're going to spend some money on getting better this, holiday, or maybe you got a birthday coming up, or an anniversary and somebody's looking to buy you something, whatever it may be, these would be the items that I would go after. So let's start with the, I guess, not as exciting items. And I think so I have these kind of broken into a couple different categories. So first category will just be mobility. The second category will be strength. And the third category will be power. And then the fourth category will be actually golf training aids. So one, for speed, for sequence, those elements. So think of it as category one is what do we got to do to get the rotary centers? There's probably do this in less than $15. And then we go to the strength and the power equipment that would be really good from a low cost option up to what I would recommend is kind of the Cadillac version that actually gives you the biggest return on club head speed. And then we'll wrap up with the fun kind of training aids that, which speed training system should you use? There is an answer to that. And then also if there's anything else that I'd recommend for you. So let's start at the mobility level. So the first thing that I recommend every golfer, and hopefully you don't have to wait for Christmas or some holiday for this, would be a lacrosse ball and a softball. Those are the two single most valuable pieces of tools for you on the mobility side of things. They're versatile. The reason why you want a smaller ball like a lacrosse ball and a bigger ball like the softball is you have different, they're called fascias, or consider like different areas where you have some smaller muscles, some you have bigger muscles. So simple example, like the muscles in the back of your shoulder blades, right? There's a lot of little smaller muscles. The softball maybe is actually too big to get into the kind of the deep crevices of where knots and trigger points may be. So that's where a lacrosse ball is a very versatile option for you on that front. The lacrosse or the softball is great for the bigger muscles. So your glutes, your quads, your hamstrings, even getting into your psoas down in the deep core areas. If you want to throw in there a yoga block or two to throw the ball on top to really get in there, by all means, add that in. Literally for less than $20, you can have everything you need to get rid of pretty much, I would say 95% of pain by getting rid of the trigger points that are causing it, as well as improve pretty much all of your rotary centers. So very low on the equipment side of things in order to cover your mobility needs. All right, moving on. Category two, strength. So I had a couple things written down here. The traditional way you could go would certainly be, your dumbbells and your barbells and your kettlebells. And obviously we all know if we're going for Christmas, shipping on that stuff sucks. So really expensive. What is actually, particularly if you travel a lot, what we've had a ton of success with are basically travel bands. So a set of bands that have a door harness, a couple handles on them, very versatile. You can do lower body, upper body. You can stack them. So you use a couple of the bands at once for harder loads. We program tons of people with bands only. So literally for your golf performance side of things, if you bought a set of bands, a lacrosse ball, softball, you pretty much have everything covered for I'd say 75, 80% of golfers. So from a strength standpoint, that would be kind of like the basic level, right? Is just get some travel bands. We have bands that we recommend all the time that we have, but it doesn't need to be anything fancy. Just get some bands that you can use wherever you're at. Now, if you're looking to put in the home gym side of things, definitely dumbbells, barbells, maybe a hex bar. That's kind of like a barbell that you can stand in, so you can do squats and deadlifts, and you hold the weights. The handles are to your side instead of in front. like they are in a barbell. So it makes it a little bit safer on the back. Those would be your traditional options. And those can be a little more pricey, a couple $100. So definitely a good option if you're looking for a gift from somebody. Hex bar, barbells, set of weights, those sorts of things are great. So now thinking of plates or bumper plates, you're getting up close to $1,000, depending how big the gift is you're asking. You may not be able to get all of that. So that tends to be a little bit more expensive. But it gives you tons of versatility, particularly you layer that with the bands and it's great. Now, those would be the basics. Let's talk fun stuff here. So the fun thing, the fun equipment that I would really, really, really strongly suggest for any golfer who's looking to add to their repertoire, whether it's home gym equipment, particularly looking at power and speed increases, would be the Eccentrics K pulley. They just came out with a new mobile option that can attach to different, lots of different things. This is a flywheel. So if any of you have heard me before, we did a study, I don't know, at this point, might be 5 years ago, where we actually looked at rotary training with a flywheel. We were using the Eccentric K pulley system, and they basically, what we found is that compared to using bands, doing, chops on a cable machine, throwing medicine balls, you'll notice that medicine balls are not in this list, by the way. But basically there was a 2.5 mile an hour club head speed gain compared to a 1 mile an hour club head speed gain if you did not use the flywheel. So using the flywheel actually added 150% more club head speed than the groups that did not use it. So huge value in a flywheel. Definitely, we've used the K pulley here at P1st Golf for a long time. Would strongly encourage you using that. That is a great option to throw on your list here coming up for the holiday, or if you have a birthday coming up, whatever it may be that somebody may want to buy you something that you wouldn't normally spend for yourself. 100% recommend that. That would be the option. If you want to throw in there the K box, that's for your deadlifts and squat movements on a flywheel. Certainly can use that. In our study, which we found using that or the barbell for golfers didn't matter. It was actually equally beneficial in terms of club head speed gains. That being said, the K box is movable, so it takes up a lot less room than barbells and weights and all those sorts of things. So if you don't have a huge space, getting those two pieces of equipment might be great options for you to really level up strength, speed, your ability to produce power, basically, which is where club head speed comes from. All right, let's move into the golf categories. Now we got everything you need on the fitness side, but now how do we get this to transfer? So this is where the best tool that we've seen for transfer training has been the Orange Whip. And I don't get paid by any of these companies. So just so you know, this is like based on our research and what I would truly recommend, to my father, and what I do recommend to my father, actually. But the Orange Whip is great. What we've seen in terms of particularly ground reaction force sequencing and helping golfers get the feel from a kinematic and kinetic side of things. So that would be definitely worth. I think they're $100 or a little over $100. I think they're definitely under 200. So between $100 and $200, a great investment, particularly if you're using it the correct way. We actually we use them with a lot of our golfers in our programs as a progression. Once you've got mobility, you've got good power and strength, and trying to figure out how to get the efficiency in your golf swing and get the feel and just training those motions. So that is a great option there. The final one that I will recommend to you is the speed training device. So this is a big category. You see tons of sales. They're selling these things all over the place. You're going to go with the Rip Stick. You're going to go with Super Speed. You're going to go with Stack. You're going to go with Mach 3. There's tons of these out there, right? The number one system that we have found, because of the basically the algorithm that automatically adjusts based on you on the day, and would 100% we'd recommend the Stack system. That's the most backed by science. It's definitely on the pricier side, but it is, from what we have seen, we've been using it, actually in-house and with our athletes, with our golfers, we've been seeing significantly better and better results over the last couple of years using that. So that layered on top of having good mobility, having the strength, depending, it's a great tool. So depending what you're looking for, whether it's just basic mobility stuff, strength stuff, maybe you want higher level, fancier strength stuff, power stuff, maybe you're looking for something to help with sequencing, or even, just a top end speed training system. that would be my list for you guys this coming holiday. And I know that someone is going to be listening to this and it's not Christmas. You got an anniversary coming up, a birthday, whatever the excuse is. This is the list to present to whoever's buying you the gifts as a way to help you become a better golfer and accomplish what we're all trying to get everybody to do here, and that's play the game of golf as long as possible. So hopefully you found this helpful. Hopefully saved you guys some money buying some crap out there that isn't going to help you. That would be the pretty concise list of things that I would recommend. And hopefully, this holiday season or whenever you're listening to this, you can add those elements to your repertoire. And we're obviously, we have lots of other videos and blogs and podcasts about how to use all these different tools and when to use them, based on your safe swing speed projection. But hopefully that kind of gives you some ideas of what to ask for, what to ask Santa Claus for, or your loved one, or whoever's just buying you stuff because they lost a bet to you. So thanks as always for listening to the Bomb Squad, and we'll look forward to catching you on the next episode.